Hello, this is Bill Burnett with Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We're looking at another principle from Wisdom Walks. It's a book written by Jimmy Page and Dan Britton, and Summerside Press is the publisher. So we're going to be looking at the principle of if it's fun, it gets done. Now I know that may seem a little bit tough for some of you hard-nosed guys out there that think that it's got to be blood and guts all the time, but I'm going to give you a different idea here about what fun can do for your athletic teams. There was this coach, I think it was Dan probably, because he's a lacrosse guy, that was coaching his kids in lacrosse, and he said some of the most fun that they ever had was when they would end practice a little bit early and they play touch football. And those kids just had a wonderful time because kids don't play sandlot football like they used to. Everything's organized and all. And so he said they were just having a great time. Man, he said they were laughing and celebrating and high-fiving and dancing in the end zone. He said, and what he would describe it as was pure joy. And he said, that made me think about a lot of kids who quit playing because they say, hey, it's just not fun anymore. And he said, man, I found that if I made it fun, the kids just seem to have so much better, more well-rounded experience. What would it be like, if we coached with joy, what would it be like if fun was one of our core values? What kind of deal would that be? Dale Carnegie has wisely said, people rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they're doing. I asked a young man who had been through 2 coaches already, and now he's getting ready to start with a 3rd new coach. I asked him, hey, what's it like out there with the new coaching staff? And he said, it's fun again. And I thought, wow, there's a guy that is talking about what we're talking about here. Did you know the word fun is never mentioned in the Bible, but a lot is mentioned about joy? Joy is the deep feeling of great pleasure, satisfaction, and happiness regardless of the circumstances. Joy is something that we experience on the inside that comes out on the outside. It overflows. Joy is something that shouldn't be contained. We're born to play, and when we play, there's joy. There's a great picture of overflowing joy in Acts 16 when Paul and Silas had healed a girl that was able to predict the future, and the guys that were basically enslaving her didn't like that a whole lot, and so they grabbed him, chunked him in jail, beat him up first, beat him up, both of them, and then threw him in jail. Well, they obviously were not having fun, but they did choose joy. And we can pick that up in Acts 16, 25 to 26, where it says, about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God. Now they're in jail, right? And the other prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly there was such a violent earthquake that the foundations of the prison were shaken, and all at once, the prison doors flew open and everybody's chains came off. Well, that was pretty exciting right there. But it was so incredible that the jailer says, gosh, man, these men must be from God, or they must know God in a real personal way here, because he's brought an earthquake to get him out of jail, and he wanted to know how he could be saved. And so they told him, hey, he didn't have to do anything. He just had to believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. The guard then literally threw a party, and he and his whole household were saved. Sometimes the Christian life feels a lot like competitive sports, and we just kind of suck the fun out of it. And it's no wonder that a lot of folks don't stay with it, If we're going to make it in the long haul, we better make it fun. Devotions really shouldn't be drudgery, huh? We should want to go to church. We should let our joy overflow in the fields, on the field, in the locker room, the bus, the classroom, at home, wherever it might be. Sports aren't a matter of life and death. I know that's a hard one for some of us. They're meant to be enjoyed, not only by the fans and spectators, but by those who coach and those who play the game. Notice we say play the game, not work the game. We can create a culture of intensity and still have fun. And that's what I challenge you, Coach, to kind of take a look at and see if there's some ways that you can make what you do more fun. I think you'll be really pleased with the outcome. Have a fun week, and we'll see you here next time.